Hey everybody, hope you're doing great today. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in for Ice Golem Hard. So this is the next in the series with the free-to-play account where I've just been farming stage 20 because it's the most efficient, but it's time to go in and see what I can do with Hard. I got a bunch of new champs on this account. I'm actually going to go try it with what I had first just to see what I could have done, and if that doesn't work, I guess I'll come back and build some champs and try and beat it, but hey, let's give it a shot. You know, a couple champs that would actually help you if you're starting a new account in Ice Golem. If you click the link in my description below, you can actually get Karato, the legendary nuker, and Tagoar, who is a great epic for this content, when you hit level 15. All you have to do is follow 4 steps. Step 1, log out of Plarium Play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. And step 4, go to the inbox and claim your first champ, Karato. All right, so I guess if you're doing hard stage, you're probably not coming off with that brand new account right now. But let's see what we can do. So if I just pull up, it's pulling up what my last team was on normal, and I'm using Frozen Banshee. On hard, this boss does not like poisons, or poisons don't bother him, I should say. He's immune to poison and poison sensitivity debuffs, so you can't bring the champs that you use on normal with poisons into hard. HP burn's the way to go. And then he's got his big smack when you hit levels, his threshold levels 80, 60, 45, 30, and 15. He does a big smack, and if you've got his 2 adds up, he ignores 100% of your defense and can wipe you. 1 add up, he can ignore 50%. So we gotta take Frozen Banshee out, and Bellower's probably too squishy for this fight, but the decreased attack would be nice. Stag Knight's probably too squishy. Fenax is probably too squishy. So let's throw Mithrala in. She's pretty accessible to get to. We'll throw Wixwell in. He was a previous fusion. He could help me keep me alive. And Ninja would be a speeder option, but Geomancer probably is a safer option. Maybe it depends on what affinity I'm going up against too. Let's try Ninja on the lower stages, and we might have to switch to Geo on the later. Now, one of the champs I recently pulled, I mean, Mithrala would be nice too, or not Mithrala, Mikage would be nice, but Pythion's really the guy I'd like to bring into this fight, because you can put some resistance on him and be tanky, so he would be great. I mean, like, even Lady Noelle and Sir Nick would be an interesting combo, would just keep the team alive. But for now, let's try this one. Elva, who can cleanse, Mithrala, who can cleanse, block debuffs from Elva, because the ads will put on heal reduction, so it won't allow me to heal, so some cleanses are good. So let's try this team. Well, we made it through the waves smooth, not fast. I mean, we're at 4 minutes already, and we're still just chunking away at the boss here. So hoping that Fenax can come in here and take out one of these ads. I'm on full auto, so it would have been nice if he hit the ad on the left, and he probably could have killed him. And oh well, you know, I'm not saying these guys are smart. Now someone else is probably going to kill the ads. There goes one on his own. Come on, Fenax. Oh, there's a block revive. All right, I'll come back at the end, unless we die. All right, down he goes in a painfully slow 6 minutes, and we get some attack percent gloves with crappy stats. So I think for a stage 2, what I'm gonna do is actually go in here and say, hey, what if we took out Ninja for now? And let's just try Thor. Speed it up. It's dangerous because Thor can trigger those big hits on the boss. But the early stages, I figure like we got a better chance. So let's give Thor a shot. I'll come back and tell you how it went on stage 2. Just dropping a little nugget in here. Some people say when Plarium chooses who to buff, they're choosing champs that are in the PvE content. So Gurgo the Augur is on this wave, and he can freeze your team. That buff to him made him a lot better. So in PvE, this stage is a lot harder than it used to be. I'll be back. Well, 5 minutes, so Thor definitely sped up the waves, but he's a lot slower on the boss than Ninja was, so kind of trade-off there. I'm actually contemplating Mithrala. Mithrala's cleanses are really helpful, but I do one of these early stages if I could have just put Ninja in instead of Mithrala, so maybe I'll try that on stage 2, or stage 3. So I think what I'll do is on this one, let's gamble. We'll take out Mithrala, we'll put Ninja in. Far less protection on here, and it's a magic stage, which is not going to help Fenax. So let's give this one a shot. I'll bring it back at the, well, it's a good thing Fenax did his job early, because, yeah, as we're moving up in stages here, that boy ain't staying alive for long. So down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So bringing in taking out Mithrala for protection and bringing in another nuker. So we got Thor, Fennex, and Ninja all doing damage. So, you know, Thor doing an impressive 4.8 million with Ninja only doing 2.8. So Thor is definitely our big source of damage. You know, Fennex actually Wixwell out damaging Fennex, and Wixwell bringing the decreased attack is critical for us staying alive in here too. All right, well, let's try stage 4 is Force. So I think this could go horribly wrong with 3 magic champs, but I'll go give it a shot. I'll bring you back and if I let you know whether we died or stayed alive on this, and maybe I'll have to make some subs. This could be a Geomancer stage. We'll see how they do. All right, down goes stage 4. A nice strong 5-minute run. Not farming this anytime soon. But Ice Golem, do you really want to farm Ice Golem anyway? So Thor and Ninja, and you can tell Ninja actually picked up a lot of damage on this one, interestingly. So stage 4 down. Another artifact will sell. All right, what do we got in stage 5? We got Spirit, so I think I'll run the same team. One thing that occurred to me, I think I'm gonna have a problem. When you hit the later stages, I probably don't have enough accuracy on Wixwell, and landing without that decreased attack on stage 10, we'll get killed. So I might have to bring Mithrala back in the lead for her accuracy aura. So we'll see how this team does. I'll bring you back if anything interesting happens. All right, stage 5 down, and hey, these guys are getting faster as we go up the stages, crazy enough. I mean, I think maybe this was Spirit. Maybe that's why. So finished in 3 minutes, 10 seconds. So nice run on stage 5. So the faster team's working. You know, I'm sure as I get fire up, I'm gonna have to put in somebody who's safer and keep the team alive. But we'll just keep rolling, see what they do. So avoid stage here, so everybody's neutral affinity, which means he can also hit me with critical hits too. So let's roll through stage 6 with this team, see how we're doing. I'll bring you back. All right, down they go. So stage 6, I noticed out of the corner of my eye, big boss slam and everybody dead. So yeah, I didn't catch whether it was a Thor slam beforehand or somebody triggered it. So looks like end of the run for the speed team. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably take Thor back out, go a little slower. Let's put Mithrala back in. I'll be right back. All right, we're going with Mithrala in the lead to get me more accuracy to make sure Wixwell lands his decreased attack. We'll still keep Ninja even though he can be dangerous. I could switch to a Geomancer, but I know Ninja will probably get us through the waves faster, although his AoE freeze slows down waves, so I don't know. We'll try this team and see how they do. I'll be right back. All right, that one was pretty comfortable, so nobody really was in trouble there. Slow, I mean 6 minutes, 41 seconds, but we're just trying to make it to stage 10, and then if I'm gonna try and speed this up or optimize, I'll do it there. So Ninja really our source of damage there. I mean, I guess Fennex with 2 million and Wixo with a million there as well, so. All right, we'll move on to stage 7, working our way, getting closer. It's gonna get a lot harder each of these next stages. I mean, 10's so much harder than 9, 9's so much harder than 8, so 7's probably a sweet spot. Really, 6 is kind of easier, so we're getting harder and harder from here. So we got Magic Affinity, which we're a pretty good matchup for, except for Fennex, but I'll leave him in there to see how he does with the being able to kill the ads. I mean, that really takes some of the risk out and can also speed the run up. We'll give him a shot. I could put Geomancer in his spot if he's not helping us. So let's give this team a shot, see how they do on stage 7. I'll bring you back when there's something to tell. All right, well, rolled right through. So 6 minutes, 23 seconds, not fast, but hey, stage 7 went down without a fight. So it's pretty good. I guess we are on to stage 8. I did look up the accuracy on this one, and I noticed on stage 8, I do need 315 accuracy, and Wixwell's got to land that decreased attack for me. He is at 277, and I get Mithrala's aura, which I think is 80. Mithrala has an 80 accuracy. Okay, so Wixwell is going to give me a 357, which is good enough for stage 10 even. You need 345 accuracy. So as long as they leave Mithrala in the lead, Wixwell has enough accuracy to land, so that's good. And it takes 435 resist to resist the boss, and Mithrala adds up her accuracy and resistance for her resistance, so she's going to be at like 550, so she's going to resist, so she can still cleanse. Nobody else will. So looks like we have the stats we need. So Force Affinity, not good news. I got 3 magic champs in here. This could go poorly, and maybe I should switch up for Geomancer, but I'll throw them in there. Let's see how they do. I'll be right back and, with news on whether we died or if it's looking good. I am doing this on full auto, by the way. I'm not doing manual. I'm just letting them go, and then I just kind of, keep an eye on it, do some other things, and come back, see how they did. All right, well, that took a while. If anything could go wrong on that run, as I paid attention to it, it did. It's Force Affinity. Ninja weak hit everything. Fennex didn't want to use his A1 to kill anybody, so it took a while. 8.5 wonderful minutes. Thankfully, it was on auto. You weren't watching. I wasn't really watching. Hey, but that's stage 8. Hey, one thing that occurred to me, because I kind of freaked out for a second there, is this fusion. This fusion's ending. So, little bonus coverage here. Let's go spend 1 million silver and go get my fusion. Best champ in the... Okay, I'm hoping that this champ, since I got the champ and the 5-star soul for him, I'm really hoping he does some stuff for me in Hard Faction Wars. So, that's another legendary who takes a bunch of books that I don't have for that many champs. I got a lot of books actually, but a lot of champs I'd like to book. So all right, fusion done. A little bonus coverage there. All right, back to Ice Golem. On to stage 9. I think this gets a lot harder now. So Spirit Affinity, I got a pretty good team for Spirit there. So let's go ahead and roll them in there and see how they do. And I'll be back with news. All right, stage 9 down. So that, I would say that one got a little sketchier at the end. I mean, Mithrala's still in regen, so she was probably okay, but it was, yeah, I don't know if I'd want to run that 50 times and farm that, but they got through it, so maybe it's safe, maybe it's not, but I'm not farming stage 9 anyway, so kind of irrelevant. So all right, well, that brings on the big stage 10. All right, the grand finale. Let's see how we can do on the last stage. All right, what are we doing here? We got Void Affinity. Certainly we could put Geomancer in there, and if we just step back for a second to talk about champs, really what you're really trying to do in this stage is bring some HP burners in. So in my teams, I have, let's just take Fenix. That'll screw up my team presets. But I have I have Ninja. I also have Skrank, and I have Geomancer. So I've got 3 different HP burners, and you could bring a couple of them in, especially if one of them activates, which Ninja does. So I could bring another burner to put burns back up. And then you really just want some protection in there. And I'm using Mithrala, Wixwell, and Elva. You could substitute Tagoar in there. I mean, he's the guy in my link in my description below, but Tagoar's really good. Tagoar brings an increased defense on the ally with lowest HP on his A1, so he's putting that up consistently. He's got increased speed on everybody with a heal, so you picks up your pace, so those that are in regen sets, like Mithrala, gets more turns, and your decreased attack champ gets back to his skills more frequently. I've got Reviver with shield buffs, and he's got a decrease to the damage anybody who's less than 58% HP by 10%. So, and he even brings an all ally HP by 25% in all battles. That's a really good epic champ. So he can be used, Mithrala can be used, Wixwell can be used, Pythion, Elva are all champs that I have. Even a Reliquary Tender as a rare brings a cleanse and also a revive in there. So I think some of these other champs that can bring block debuffs are helpful, like Elva and Pythion bringing block debuffs help a lot too. So you got, and then Bivald of the Thorn is another one that I have that would do heals, and he can do damage, and he can do protection as well. So he's an interesting champ I could bring in too. So those are probably some of the subs that are in my lineup, but really what you're looking for is an HP burner or 2, and then what are the champs you have that keep people alive? That's really the strat here. So I'm going to throw this team in there. I don't know that they make it. I think I might need to take Fenax out and put Geomancer in. So I'm going to try this team, and then if they succeed, I'll come back and throw Geomancer in just to see what's faster. But I expect this to be dreadfully slow, and I can, see if a Thor or a Rathalos could survive. But let's just start in these guys and see how they do. So this video is probably going to be long enough. So once again, I'll skip these waves for you, and I'll bring it back if something happens in the waves, but otherwise I assume 5 to 6 to 10 minutes from now or at some point they'll work their way through these waves and see how they do, as long as those Sir Nicks or the buffed augur in there don't do something crazy. I'll be back. Well, we made it through the waves successfully. It was a freeze battle between Gurgo the augur and the enemy, and my ninja, who could freeze who more, so we won that battle. But 4 minutes to the boss, so I'll be back. Well, this actually went faster than I thought it would. We're this stage 10, team's looking comfortable, healthy, no issues on this run. Decreased attack up the whole fight, and everybody protected, block debuffs up, so 6.5 minutes isn't a speed run, but that's actually faster than I thought it would be. I actually thought we were heading for 10 minutes, so, stage 10, hard, with the team that I already had built sitting around. I didn't put anything different in any of these champs, so just goes to show you, as I said, comments in previous videos were, man, your account should be farther along for this free-to-play team. Yeah, sure enough. I mean, really, I'm on hard 10, so that's Dragon's hard 10, and that's Ice Golem hard 10, both down now, just by taking champs I had geared and just going through the stages. So, I mean, I have Pythion that I could have brought into the fight. I got Mikage with Ninja I could bring into the fight. That could be dangerous, I guess, because ninja could really set off the boss. You got Geomancer I could have brought in. He's actually built. So I'll probably play around, you know, throw some other champs in and see if I can speed that up some, you know, and, you know, because then right now, if I can do stage 20 in say a minute and a half or something, man, I'd still rather run that if I'm doing an Ice Golem for a fusion. I don't run Ice Golem any other time. So if I'm running for the fusion or a Titan Path event or something, not this one, you know, I'm skipping that, but in general, then I'd probably run 20 anyway. But at least I know for the Marius missions, I do have to go beat this stage 10, 20 times or whatever it is, 10 times on stage 10 hard. So, you know, good to know that the team's there. I think this could comfortably run it. So pretty happy with that. All right, let me roll through these builds real quick for you so you can see what builds I use for these champs if it helps. So Ninja's in an accuracy build with perception, 66,000, 2,700, 257 speed, 377 accuracy. He has no relic, brimstone, 6-star, and those are his masteries going down to War Master. Mithrala was in there with partial masteries through Eagle Eye. She's in a regen set, which is definitely helpful. You can see her stats, a lot of HP and defense mainly, and then enough accuracy and defense that she'll resist the buffs, which are debuffs, which are nice. And then she has Brimstone 3-star and no relic. Wixwell is in a reflex set. He's in my clan boss build. Those are his stats, 235 speed, enough accuracy with Mithrala's aura. And he has Brimstone 1-star and War Master with normal support masteries. Elva is in a shield set. Really doesn't matter in this fight because it's gone fast at the boss. That's for my clan boss team. Bunch of HP and defense and really 234 speed. All that really matters. She has Brimstone 1-star and she has timely intervention in her tier 6 mastery. And then Fenax is in Helm Smasher. He has cruelty 3-star. Really, I'd like to get the 4th star on him. No relic, and he's in a crappy old build. I was noticing that. Man, he just tickles those ads. He's just got to hit him at just the right time. So I should rebuild him during this free gear reset. He's got some decent attack, I guess, but he has no crit damage really. But I do have enough accuracy for him to land his abilities, which if I just went all out nuke, he'd do more in this fight. But I do like those debuffs for other fights. So I definitely have better gear. I need to go rerun him and see if I can get a better build on Fenex. So that was the team. So, hey, you know what? Took a free-to-play team, got them through. This was not the speedrun end game that I'd show you on my other account. This one was, hey, can you just take your free-to-play account? And that I don't run this one full-time. I mean, I do put what time into what I can, but can I just go off and go to a later dungeon stage and, you know, advance the account instead of just putzing along and doing the same runs? So it's nice to see that can happen. So, hey, hopefully that was entertaining in some fashion and informative for anybody who's got a similar level account. And if you have any questions or any feedback, then, you know, throw a comment in there. I appreciate it. Thanks. Have a great day.